Hey, hey everybody. Sorry. Hey everybody, it's the Chris and Des Show. I'm Chris.
And I'm Des.
And today we're going to talk to you about the film Chappaquidick, which is based on the real life events that happened when Ted Kennedy murdered a girl. Dad, what do you think?
Well, okay, I was very interested in this movie. I like the Kennedys. I like to know what's going on. I didn't know the story, really.
Oh.
I mean, I just heard Chappaquidick, but it's always said as if I know, and I don't know. So here was a movie now telling me what happened. Which it was very interesting and understandable why he did not then run for president and was just a senator for the rest of his life. But in the storytelling, it was just kind of meh. It didn't really grab you. It was just, I don't know.
I think one of the problems is that in order for the story to work, either you need to make Ted Kennedy evil, he killed this girl, you hate him, or you need to feel bad for Ted Kennedy, and you don't feel bad for him. But he doesn't really seem evil. So you're like, what happened? What the heck is going on?
That's a good point. So, yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah.
And here's the tricksy thing, though, Ted, is that
we're talking to Ted right now.
In the afterlife, wherever he is. Here's the interesting thing, though, is that he was able to get out of the car, but then she couldn't get out of the car.
He left her.
That seems Ted. And he's like, I can't remember. Like, listen, Ted. Why can't you remember? It is tricky. That's the tricky thing. Like, I could believe his story of like, we went over and like we were trying to get out, and we both barely. I just barely made it. But like, no, he was out for a while, and then she was stuck in the car and stuff. Like, if his door was open or his window was open, why couldn't she get out that way? Unless someone wanted her to stay in. Ted. I will say, what really shocked me, and I'm the history buff in my family. And so as we're watching it, my sister's like, wait, what is, like, oh, okay. Here's what happened. She was like, wait, he's the only son left? I'm like, yeah, it's Joe Kennedy, the dad, and Rose Kennedy. They had 4 boys, Joe Jr., John, who they called Jack, and Bobby, right? And then lastly, Ted. Joe was the one they wanted to be president of the United States, but he died in war, so he's gone. And then John F. Kennedy became president of the United States. Bobby Kennedy would have become president of the United States had he not been assassinated as well. So here's how I feel bad. And I wish they would have showed Rose Kennedy, because Rose Kennedy was still alive. Yeah. She lived to be like 100 and something. They should have showed her. She had seen her oldest son killed in war, her second son assassinated, her third son assassinated, and then Ted kills a girl. And poor Rose, what is happening? And she was actually a nice human being, not like his dad, Joe Kennedy. And so, I don't know, I just wish they would have shown her, like, what she would have thought. And in the movie, they do say, like, Ted, call mom.
Yeah.
Because she can't hear more bad news from the media. Like, she needs to hear it from you, because she lost Bobby just a year ago, and we can't have that kind of stuff. And I also felt really bad for Joan, Ted's wife. Poor Joan. Good grief! If you read about Joan Kennedy's life, she just can't deal with it, and she becomes alcoholic and all. Poor Joan. But the movie itself is interesting if you want to learn that history stuff and see a view. Like, this is maybe one way it happened, and maybe it could happen another way, or who knows what way it happened. And it does leave kind of speculation of like, he said this, or maybe that didn't really happen, or why did you leave the scene, or why'd you steal that guy's rowboat? But it is not a fantastic movie.
No.
It's just good if you want to see it.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.